All right, so I'm Andrew Clearwater, Chief Trust Officer here at Airia, and my role here is to both run the governance program as well as work on the strategy of our governance solution.
Favorite question.
so, so yes, there are a lot of new standards that have come out. NIST, AI Risk Management Framework, you have ISO 42001. Many people are following the law for the EU AI Act for using it as a proxy for what good behavior should look like. I think in this space, it's best to choose some way of following one of these frameworks and mapping to many. NIST is interesting in the sense that they maintain a crosswalk to these other resources. So that can be the center of your program. But largely, I think that the way that people choose this is they find something in another aspect of their governance that's already prominent. So if you have a security team that uses NIST and mapped all their controls to this, you should probably use that moving forward so you can leverage what's already good. And same for if 27001 and your security team has been an important program and defining characteristic, and you like to manage risk by having a system like that, great. 42001 is a great compatible way of moving forward. I think what's important to think about with AI governance is it isn't a discipline in isolation. It's not like we have hundreds of people running around the company that are all doing AI governance. There are probably people in privacy, security, legal, and other fields that are doing some aspect of the work. So leverage what they know, leverage what they care about, and make it possible to govern the company through this. Understanding where we are with AI regulation now and where we're going is important for program building. I mean, I think we've come off of the last couple of years of, a period of sort of lockdown, concern about risk to a period of we got to move full forward with this. Innovation is paramount, you know, AI, all the things. And the issue with that, I guess, is that everything is on a pendulum, right? If we go too far into the space where innovation first is the focus for too long, it allows for issues to develop. And I think what people are realizing is in the absence of legislation, there are still constraints. So the current environment is not wide open. It's just that it has focused on the risks that are the most likely to occur. So focusing on things around mental health, around children, where we're not imagining risks, we have known risks and we're addressing those specifically. There are comprehensive laws like the EU AI Act that can address things across a horizontal spectrum, but even those are risk rated so that only the most obligations apply to the highest risk. I think the way that standards have started to become a bigger part of the picture is that laws are starting to directly point to them. We have the law in Texas, for example, that gives you a safe harbor if you follow the standards. If you look at some of the bills that are coming out, there's the idea that there would be a requirement to follow the standards. The standards might be something they see as a proxy as moving a little bit faster than the law. And then there are others that are mandating transparency, and they're saying, show the marketplace what you're doing with their data. And the idea is that the market applies pressure and allows people to see what's in place. And the absence of any sort of governance program that adheres to a standard or law makes people change their behavior and kind of put themselves out there. I think for the next couple of years, we're going to be working on an extension of this where there's going to be a standards forward, flexible approach that's being built until we reach some sort of major event. And the major event is sort of the equivalent of a data breach, right? Some large thing happens that's high risk related that allows us to better define the general risk that companies are facing. And so this is not a time to just do whatever you want. It's a time to put a framework in place that's going to work in a lot of places, a lot of different ways, which is why I think a standards forward, governance program is the way to go, and then map to any law that comes forward.